Good morning, St. Paul's. Here we are in another long weekend that is being celebrated in unusual circumstances. We're continuing to gather virtually as a church. And as we head into this week, I wanted to quickly remind you of a couple of opportunities that you have to connect in. First of all, if you're a young adult between the ages of 18 to 25, you've finished high school, please be aware that there's a discipleship opportunity available for you. We're calling this Disciple, and it's going to be conducted in 3 one-month modules. And so you can apply for all 3 modules or for one at a time. Just be aware that the first one starts this week, and so today, Monday the 18th, is your last day to apply for that. You can find more information on our website and you can apply there, and we do encourage you to do that. Also, if you are an adult and have been thinking about being a part of Apprentice, which is a 3-month intensive discipleship experience for people who want to pursue greater intimacy with Jesus, then please be aware that Wednesday, May 20th, is the last day to apply to be a part of that. We've had a great response to this. I'm really excited about the months ahead with this group, so I do encourage you to reach out and apply for that if you're still considering it. As we're seeing restrictions around physical distancing change in Canada and Ontario even, we're starting to all wonder, what is this going to mean for us with our small groups, our home churches, and even us as a larger church? When are we going to be able to gather again? And the simple answer to that is that we really still just don't know. We don't have a time frame. We don't even really know what it's going to look like when we can gather again. So we are thinking about this, we're talking about this. It does seem likely that one of the first things that will happen is that smaller groups are going to be able to gather again. And so that will have implications for our small groups and small group leaders. As we see restrictions around that start to change, we'll be in touch with you with guidelines based on best practices from public health, from government, from elsewhere, to help you as you think through when it's time to gather physically as a small group and how to do that safely. We'll also be in touch with you as we start to see things unfold for when larger gatherings can take place, but right now we just know that it's going to be a little bit more complicated than opening the doors to the church. There are all sorts of things that we have to be thinking about in order to make sure that it's safe for everyone who comes through the doors. So we are thinking about this, we're praying about this, and we will be in touch with you as we have more information and more direction on where to go with that. You know, as we're in these uncertain times, I feel like while I'm reading through the Psalms, I'm really noticing how uncertain it was for the early psalmists. They really had lived in unpredictable times and seemed to be able to express that so well. I have noticed how often they were asking God for protection and for help. And in Psalm 13, there's this great repeated line that seems really apt for our circumstances. How long, O Lord, how long? And I've also noticed that as they are so real about talking about their experience and expressing this to God, they also are really careful and intentional about reminding themselves, reminding one another about God's steadfast love. And this refrain is all through the Psalms. So I thought as we started this week, I'll leave you with one instance of the refrain. It's from Psalm 118. You will find it everywhere in the Psalms. And this is the psalmist again reminding us of how to be the people of God, the real people of God in uncertain times. Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good, for his steadfast love endures forever. Go in peace, St. Paul's.